chill motherfucking lows, peeps. It's the Critic Corp. I am Toke, and as you know, fresh out the motherfucking theaters here. Just got done witnessing the film F1. You already know, had to go swindle my way into that fan premiere, early access. I will say that man Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, they know how to fucking perform like it's still, their first go around. They're still hungry. They're still just downright absolutely what's the word, bro? Like, just inspirational to upcoming actors and actors that are trying to stay relevant as long as they are, and you just gotta give flowers where it's due, man. Like F1, I'm not gonna sit here and say it was absolutely 10 out of 10, but this film, like, if you love Top Gun Maverick, kinetic pacing and fluid style, you'll love this film. Cause it's just so, the sound design is very strong, impactful. The cinematography, the performances alone were a feast for, it was just a feast for us as viewers, but also easy on the brain. It wasn't like too complex, but all in all, like, the strength of F1 really lies not in the dramatic arc itself, but the racing scenes. And Brad Pitt's just charisma, attitude in this was A1. Like, Pitt and Idris, just chemistry in this matched par for par, perfectly, man. It was very, very dope. Like, this film really, it expressed a mixture of a couple different meanings, along the words of tough love, mentorship, redemption, teamwork, and all that, just implies a big sacrifice with intense racing. And along with that, it just created a solid momentum and a tad bit of dramatic characteristics, but a real good solid momentum, I would say, all around, but I still left the film kind of, unsettled. Like, don't get me wrong, the film was very good, but I'll say maybe I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10, just for the simple fact, it veered off course a little bit into just a montage that speeds past where most of the character development might have took place. And then on top of that, I was just shocked at the constant rule breaking, and the over the top just disobedience from Brad Pitt's character, him being a out of retirement driver, so he thinks he knows everything. So he's telling the team what to do, and it just really pulls me away from the story, kinda, sorta. And I'm just a bit surprised too that F1 was okay with, okay with this like constant just rule breaking and blatant use of cars as ramming devices on purpose. Like a driver like Sonny would have his license revoked at a record speed, bro. I'm like just being so honest. Like this film wasn't, it was more reckless giving vibes than passionate, and that just left me with a kind of a disappointment. And I know it's going to leave a disappointment for like the real fans of motorsport, because this film really had a chance to like show the heart, the drama, and the complexity of Formula One, but instead it just took a crash on the first turn. I mean, I'm not sitting here trying to dog shit talk it. What the fuck is that? Hell no. But yeah, I'm not trying to sit here and dog shit talk it, but I feel like it could have been something real great, but not discrediting anything that they did. This film kind of reminded me of what if Ford versus Ferrari and Top Gun Maverick had a baby. That's what this film kind of reminds me of, but just with the few minor mistakes that caused it from being a 10 out of 10. Still a good watch, still a fun, exhilarating watch, especially just for, action-packed type of fans. But the real motorsport fans might, it might not sit well with some of them. But the general audience and general viewers, oh yeah, you're gonna get a kick out of this. This is a real good blockbuster, racing type of film, and like I said, the performances, and the cinematography and just the sound design and everything made it that. Character development could have been a little bit better, and like I said, the rule breaking and just ramming in the cars and shit was kind of a bit overdone. But besides that, still go give it a watch, ladies and gents. Once you do, leave some comments. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this one. Thanks for always tuning in, and like and subscribe. Support the motherfucking corp. And so be it. Yeah. To the motherfucking loo.